Okay, I am back, and it is now the AI turn to go, and so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so now our towers are going to get to fire. This one has a range of 1, 2, 3. This is just a single Harrier, and I think what I'm going to do is fire at the joust over there. So this one's going to fire at that joust for 2 dice. And I just did 3 damage, which is superb. Okay, and they get to attack. They don't do anything, and I think that wraps it up for us. So now I'm going to go ahead and go with my hero to here, because I can move through the woods, and then this guy is going to move 1, 2, 3, like so. That does put him in range of this particular tower. There's not much I can do about that. Although I could have maybe put my hero in a position where he would have been back 1 more, but I'm going to leave it be for now. And so their towers do get to strike. So from a tower perspective, there's only one that's in range. It's this one. He's the only minion, and the tower is going to get to roll 2 dice. And it does do 2 damage, which stinks. Okay, so now we get to go. So I'm going to attack with this guy. It's 2 damage, which destroys 1 of the fortifications. And then my hero will attack, and I'm doing 3 damage, which kills the Harrier completely, and there's no retaliation. And I get to do an upgrade, so my upgrade will be another attack. So now I do 4 damage with my hero. And as they say, currently we are sitting pretty. Now I do want to do one other thing that's I'm sort of retconning a little bit. I have 5 source, so I'm going to spend 4 of it. Go down to 1. It doesn't change the turn 1 bit, but what I wanted to do was upgrade this tower with another range. I could now build a tower here, but that would require a lot more source than I actually have. But for the moment, this is how it's going to be. Okay, so now we move to their turn. And this joust will go 1, 2, 3. And this will go 1, 2. You could argue, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could argue that this one does not move to here because, but he did move, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So he is closer. He did progress. He is closer than where he originally was, so he can move there and he will use his full movement. That is the primary rule. So, so there we are. They're moved in. I am very concerned about Darb up here, more than even the other stuff, but my towers now get to strike. This one can shoot 1, 2, 3 away, so he's just out of range. But this one here can definitely strike him or him. And I think because this one doesn't have to, well, in fact, let's see, he can go 1, 2 like that. He does not have to follow the path because he has all terrain. My tower is going to attack Darb here because he is our biggest threat. And I did 2 damage to Darb, and Darb does not have armor or anything, so his health points are low. So even though he's a big damage guy, he has low health points. And so now it's their turn to attack. So Darb is going to attack us. Let me make sure. So his mark is Cram. He's going after our hero more than the opposing fortress gate. He attacks Cram if damage can be done and damage can be done. He's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to Cram, who only blocks 1. So that takes 3 health off of Cram. And, but Cram gets to retaliate, and he does 3 damage back, and Darb is defeated. So we get 1 source for that, and Darb is out of the game. All right, so we get a source. That moves us up to 2. All right, and we definitely took a punch there. But Cram can sort of wait. Everybody else, there's no attack. It is now our turn. So the problem I'm concerned about here is that this guy is taking damage from that tower. And so what I'm going to do with Cram is I'm actually going to move him 1, 2, and this is risky because we could end up losing our health here. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. And so now that's going to cause this tower to attack him. And so we're going to do that. The tower is going to roll 2. And it does go through. That's actually 3 damage. Oh, that was stupid of me. Hold on, that was really stupid of me. Because if he, yeah, okay, I can't do that. This would have been a scenario loss. So just let me reverse it and call it a day. I can't do that. That's really stupid of me. I can't. The game would be over. So I'm going to, what happens then is he has to move, so he'll move to there. And it is what it is. So let's see, he's got 2 range. So if I move in to kill him, I'm gonna get struck. So I'm not gonna do that, but I will count this against him, and so he does destroy our catapult, which hurts. That hurts a lot. Our catapult only was able to hit it once, but we do now have a this guy who only does 1 damage. That's not good. That's not good at all. So we have our dispatch here, and it's time for us to do our attacks. He doesn't do anything this turn. He has that survival skill, so he's going to gain a health. That's part of the reason why I should not have moved him. He can do a 2 range attack. This won't do any damage. And our dispatch, I think, well, we have a level 2 smelter and a level 1 assembly. Our dispatch was not upgraded. No, they were not. We need the honor pit to be upgraded. So instead, he's going to attack this guy. He does do the 1 damage necessary to destroy the joust, which gives us 2 CP, or 2 source. I keep saying it wrong. I'm up to 4. So now the Harrier appears, and it has 2 health, and it'll sit in his place. So our turn is over. Now it is their turn. They still have units left. The unit can't move, so it stops. Our towers then get to engage. We only have 1 tower that can reach him. It's this one. I get to roll 2 dice. So I will do that. And I did roll a 2 and a 0, but a 2 is enough to kill the Harrier. So this Harrier dies, and we get another source. So we are now up to 5 again. And the final Harrier now comes up, and it is their turn to attack. So that Harrier will attack. Well, actually, the previous Harrier would have attacked us because it had Quick Strike. So it would attack us for... No, it just does 2 damage. Now, here's what's crazy. So we're talking... It was this Harrier that hit us. Oh, here, let me get the camera closer. This Harrier would have hit us. And then our tower killed this Harrier, so he's gone. Because he would have hit us with his Quick Strike, right? So now this one gets to go during the regular attack phase because he hadn't attacked, because the previous Harrier was the one. So now he gets to attack, and he's killing our minion, like so. So he actually... both of them got to attack. I hope that made sense. Because of Quick Strike, the one on top got to attack before the Spire did. Then the Spire attacked and killed the one on top. So now we go to the attack section, and this guy can attack. So, because he hadn't attacked with his Quick Strike. So So that's why this guy got attacked twice in a row. So that was very brutal. These guys can be, when you have them stacked like that, that can be pretty powerful. So that ends their turn though, and now it's our turn. So as you can see here, I got a 6 health guy. I'm sitting on 3 health. I think I'm going to just end my turn and don't do any moving or attacking so I can gain another health. I think I'm just worried about the next wave now. I'm not even thinking about this wave anymore. As soon as this minion dies, he has to stop anyways. So I could try to charge this tower and take it out, which I have plenty of strength ability to do. But as soon as this guy dies, everything stops. So so I would rather just heal up and get ready for the next round and then be over here where I'm close to start attacking right away. Okay, now with that said though, I can still explore this and I hadn't thought about that. So let's explore this, see what this is. Oh, stupid me. This is a loner with engage again. So, it has 4 health. So what's going to happen is I have to engage it now, and it means I won't get to heal health. So he's there, and so during my turn, I'm not going to move, and instead I'm going to engage him, and I do 4 damage though. I do kill him in 1 hit, and I would get to level up, but see, he's already upgraded to the star, and he only has 2 pips. He's as leveled up as it gets. So I was able to kill the thing. I do get 4 source for that, so I guess that's something. So it puts me up to 9 source, and yeah, that's it for him. He doesn't even get to heal, so that was a big bummer. So now it's their turn, and the Harrier is going to move to his death. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he does have quick strike, and he will attack our hero for 2 damage. So he actually does 1 damage to the hero, which is even worse. And then we're going to attack back, and he's dead. So that was not the way I wanted it to turn out. Cram the Mighty is very wounded. Now, with that being said, we got rid of their hero. So in wave 4, we don't have to deal with Darb at all. So that part's good news. So the wave ends, and we do have 9. And I'm going to cash in both of these mining ones, these drilling outposts, and that would give me 6 plus 6 is 12 more. 12 plus 9 is 21, but I am capped out at 20 unless I have a specific upgrade in my level 3 source drill, which I do not. So I am at 20 for the next round. Okay, so we go to the final wave, and I'm going to roll an event die. I roll a 5, which puts an ungrouped joust at the bottom of the wave. And so he'll go there at the bottom. And as you can see, 0 income, add an attack upgrade to the bottom of an air spire of my choice. The heirs construct a minaret spire AR on a source well of my choice. Dang it. Okay, so the attack upgrade, I guess I'm going to add to this one, because this one's already powerful enough. And then I have to build a minaret spire, which is this, and he gets 1 attack and 1 range. On a source well of my choice. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right there next to me, my hero. So my hero can maybe punch it to pieces. That's the idea, at least. It only does 1 roll, so I should be okay. Fingers crossed, right? Okay. So before we figure out our troops, let's look at theirs. They're going to get a wind rush. Oh, that's a new one. A wind rush has transport and assault. So in other words, he sucks. So a Windrush, which has 5 health, and a Royal Talon is going to be grouped with him. And the Royal Talon also sucks. So this is an extremely powerful group right here. Okay, so then a Harrier is the next group. So the 3 Harriers are going to go here, and then, whoops, their Windrush is up at the top. Okay, so that's what they're going to do. We have 11 CP. I really like this for 6, so I am going to get him again for 6. And then I have 5 more. This one is 7. It is pretty awesome. I just don't like the unruly aspect of it. Although look, if you upgrade it, it's tempered. I wonder what tempered is. So we probably need to spend our... Before this unit's movement each turn, roll the Forsaken die. You may apply the results of this unit or re-roll and apply to a new result instead. If Forsaken, the wave ends and if Forsaken stay in play. If it's the only minion in play, the wave ends, so I can't keep attacking with him if he's the only one left. There's just so many things I don't like about that. But if I do this for 6, who am I going to spend the 5 points on? The dispatch was okay. I do like the Aegis with a strength of 1. And then I can have him get transported like this. So then he can pop out with his assault. Ooh, I really like that. So that would be 10. And I only have 1 point left, and I don't think there's any 1-pointers. I do have a 2-pointer here. So that sort of hurts that I don't get to do the last one. But before we do this, though, well, these 2 are both already upgraded. I can spend my source. So I can build another tower or something, right? I got all kinds of options here. And I was supposed to do that before I picked my guys. So let's figure that out. What do I want that's actually going to help us this final round? We already did this. So Smelter's upgraded. We can get an artillery die, which only helps within range of our tower. So this is all helping us protect our tower. The Honor Pit lets us deploy upgraded versions of the units that I wasn't planning on buying this round. And then this lets us construct spires anywhere, which I'm not too interested in. And then I guess we do this one. We already upgraded the first one. So Architect, yeah, we don't need that. We can get the assembly die, which lets us add something to a spire for free. But we'd have to build a spire first. So that would be 7 of my 20 points. So I'd have 13 points left to build a spire. I don't think it's worth it. I do have the upgrades to our spires, though. So if we look at our drilling outpost, for example, I can get a lance launcher, which is an air defense. It only does 1 and 1. And their Windrush is not an air unit. So this is what we had. I can upgrade it to a siege tower, which has raise. Let's look up what that does. At the start of your turn, this spire may attack a spire or fortress gate within its range. Fortress Retaliation removes the bottom upgrade of this spire. Okay, that's only if we attack the fortress. I actually like this siege tower. This is an awesome idea. Just so you know where we're at, I was jumping around in the turn order, but we're at this build phase here, which is not a limited one. It's an unlimited one. This costs 6 to do. I'm going to spend 12 to make 2 of these. All right, so that's going to be putting me down to 8 left. All right, so the first one is going to go here, and the second one's going to go there. And they come with 2 range, which means they can hit 3 spaces away, and 1 attack. And this is awesome, because they can hit other towers. All right, so now if I want to add another one, it's going to cost 4. And I have 8 left. So I'm going to spend 8 to add another attack to each of these. So I added a second attack to that one and a second attack to that one. Now we're cooking with Pam. The other thing I could have done is I could have bought these, which has a certain amount of upgrades that they're allowed to have as well, but I didn't. So I like the siege towers much, much more. And so that puts me down to 0 source for now. Okay, they go first, which is the part that hurts. They're gonna get to go first, and oh, and then we have to put our stuff out. So I'm gonna put this back. Okay, so I am gonna bundle these together. I'm gonna be just like Comcast, we're gonna bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the siege unit is gonna come out here, and that's it for now. So let's rock and roll, Sweet Susie. What movie is that from? All right, this guy moves 4 spaces, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy is gonna move 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3. And this guy is gonna move 3 spaces, 1, 2, and since he has to use his movement, he'll go here for 3. All right, so now our towers get to attack. So this minaret tower here, we can attack with our siege tower, for example. Or I can use this to attack a unit or a tower. I have lots of choices here. I can either attack these units or a tower. And what I'm going to do with both of these is I'm attacking this tower. This tower is my nemesis more than anything else. And I get to roll 2 dice with each one. So I'm going to roll 2 dice for this one. I have to do at least 2 damage or I do no damage to that tower. And I did do 2 damage. So I took off that, and that's a big win. And now with my other siege tower, I'm going to try again. And there I did 3 damage. It only removes 1, but that is still a huge victory. And so I just took out 2 of them. And there's nothing they can do except neener, because they don't have any units that can attack us at the moment. So now it's our turn. We get to do stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and go 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, like so. And this guy has range to attack that unit or attack us. He's gonna attack the hero, and that's it. These don't attack other spires. Only our spire does because it has the raise ability. Okay, so that particular minaret's gonna roll 1 die against our hero. He did 1 damage, we have armored, so nothing happens. Our hero did not move. Our siege tower is going to do 2 damage to him, and so his range got chopped by 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and let the hero do nothing because I want the hero to heal. So I just added another health to my hero. And this unit has range, but he can't hit anything. These 2, well, okay, I'm sorry. These 2 don't do anything. It's our turn. We're the ones going. So yes, my turn ends. I don't have any CP or anything, so we're good and done. Now it's their turn. So they get to romp. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is gonna be bad because he's gonna now attack my hero. And this one's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one's 1, 2, 3, like so. Okay, so now quick strike means he gets to attack before our towers do. And let's see if the units actually attack our towers. I think they do. An opposing spire it can defeat. An opposing spire it can damage. So it will attack this spire right here, and it will knock it off for 1. This one will attack this spire and also knock off the range. So the range got reduced to only around him, so this guy can no longer hit here. So that hurts. All right, now this one does not have quick strike, so that's why he's not attacking right now. And then, oh gosh, I gotta remember what Fury Kick does. That's only if he's attacking a minion, so nothing happens there. All right, so now our siege towers, or our spires get to attack. This one is no longer able to attack here, but he can still wreck these guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to wreck this one, and I'm gonna roll 2 attack dice. And I did 2 damage to him. All right, and then this siege tower is still gonna try to knock that one down, and I only did 1 damage, so I failed. That is awful. All right, now I have this siege tower here, who's gonna also try to take out the wind rush. So roll 2 dice, and I did 2 damage, and he's down to 1 health. And then this siege tower back here just doesn't have enough to get there. So now the wind rush gets to attack. He does 1 damage, but he can't, he's a minion. He has to attack. He's not allowed to, but he can't do damage to me because I have armored. So let's see what happens. So it would attack an opposing hero it can damage, but it can't damage me. So instead it'll attack a spire it can damage, and that it can do. So my spire takes another hit here. So my siege tower is getting hammered. And I believe that ends his turn. So now it's to our turn. We still don't have any source because we haven't defeated anything yet. We get to move, we get to attack, we get to do those things. My hero is precariously unable to do too much here. He's at 3 health. This guy's gonna roll 2 dice. I don't wanna get in his range. So my hero's gonna sit still. So that means this one's gonna move 1, 2, 3, like this. And now their towers are gonna kick in. They have 1 tower here that's gonna attack my hero, and then this tower will attack that minion. So let's do the hero attack first. No damage. Now let's attack the minion. I did 2 damage, or he did 2 damage to me. So I take 2. All right, now we get to do our attack. Okay, so this one has a range of 4, does 2 damage, and we take another fortification down. This one, I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Am I attacking the tower or am I gonna attack the unit? I'm gonna attack the tower because I have to destroy all minarets as part of my objective. So this tower is destroyed and we get 1 source. Okay, and I'm sorry, the camera was just a slight bit off. I destroyed this one up here. So I'm at 1 source right now. And unfortunately, that's all the better I can do at the moment. So now it's their turn. And oh, this unit is still alive. So he's gonna move 4, which only takes him to there. Then this one's gonna move 4, which only takes him to there. And this one's gonna move 3, which only takes him to there. So he has to move 1 up like that. Okay, so now that I got a camera view that's not quite cut off. So they did their move. The quick strikes go. So this guy's got quick strike. And he is, of course, going to attack the hero for 2 damage. And the hero does take 1 damage from that. Now the hero gets to retaliate and does 4. So the Harrier is destroyed. And we do get 1 source for that. So we're up to 2. And then what's going to suck is this next Harrier is going to attack again when they do the regular attack. But right now it is time for the towers. So with the towers going, I have 1 attack with this, and I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy. So I'm going to roll 1 die, and you can see I rolled a 1, and I was able to kill the transport. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a flying unit. The only thing that can hit a flying unit is air defense or another flying unit. So I'm in trouble. I do think that if a flying unit attacks you, you get to retaliate though. But anyways, we don't get anything for destroying this either. This is very stingy. So we got the wind rush out. We now have a flying unit that's going to just wreak havoc on all of us. And my towers get to continue. So let's go with this tower. I'm going to roll 2 dice against that one. And I just did 3 damage, so I got the final fortification destroyed. And now I'm going to do this tower up here. And I'm going to go ahead and go after this Harrier. So let's see what we get there. I rolled a 3. So this Harrier is killed. And we get another CP. And there's 1 final Harrier left. So we were up to 3 CP, by the way. And I think that's everything. And so now they get to attack. And unfortunately, this Harrier is going to do 2 damage to my hero, knocking me down to 1 health. But my hero will kill the Harrier, giving us another CP. So we're up to 4 CP now. And this guy is just devastating. He's going to kill our catapult like it's nothing. And the siege engine is done. But we do have an Aegis left. And unfortunately, the Aegis is going to probably get killed by this thing. And that hurts. That hurts bad. Okay, so now we move on to our turn. Our Aegis can't move. Our hero should move because we only have 1 health. And I think I desperately need to kill this thing. This still has range to really rock my world. And I only have 1 health left, so I'm in a pickle. I'm going to lose. I thought I was doing well, but I'm going to lose. I do 4 damage, so I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to move 1, 2 to here. Well, hold on. Nope, can't go there. I'm just going to move 1 to here, and I'm going to kill this guy up here. Because I do 4 damage with my attack, and that joust is as good as toast. So that's what I'm going to do. I really wanted to take this out, but I got to go the other way. Because this tower over here still has the range to rock me. So I did my move. Their towers get to attack. This particular refuge is going to attack here. And there you can see he did 3 damage. So that's 2 damage to my Aegis. And my Aegis is worthless. So me trying to get this guy to do anything for 2 waves was stupid. He's a worthless unit. So their tower basically rocked us. Now I'm going to get to attack. I do 4 damage. So I kill their joust pretty easily. I get 2 CP for that. I think what I wanted to do before I started is I was going to spend 2 CP. So we're going to be even Steven. And I'm building this siege tower back up. So it costs 2 CP. That's one of my 2 limited build actions. So I got that built back up. And now it's going to be their turn. So their turn, they have flying. And they can go across any terrain. And they move 3 spaces. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, and then 3, like that. He's heading straight for our fortress. So our Aegis is actually going to be spared by him. And then this thing is going to rock us. But now I get to attack with my towers. And this flying unit doesn't have quick strike, but my towers can't hit the flying unit. And so I need to actually probably pay attention and use my other build to get a air defense tower up, which is this guy right here. So I need to build one of these. So I probably need to quit upgrading my other tower. I still have 1 more limited build on my turn, but it's not my turn yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with this one. I'm attacking that tower there. I'm still trying to wreck this tower. And I did 2 damage, so I knocked it off 1 range. And now I'm going to attack with my other tower. And I did 1 damage, which is all that's needed. And his range just got neutered. So that's a huge success. This guy is no longer able to kill my Aegis. And my Aegis is going to live to fight another day. So this is the part where it's going to get interesting, because I could build another siege tower right here, folks, and then use that to take this out, and then eventually take out the fortress. But the problem is all my siege towers are built. I actually don't have room to build any more. So actually that's not going to work. They now get to attack. And this flying unit is going to do 4 damage to my tower. And so I just lost 1 range with that tower. All right, so now it gets to our turn. Our turn, we move 1 space with him. And then my hero does not have a range attack ability. Oh, you know what? Back up a second. I thought anything with range attack can hit an air unit. Let's look this up real quick. He's flying. Flying is a generic thing. This talent is ignored if this unit is grouped. The unit can only be attacked by spires with the talent air defense and units with the range or flying. Okay, so I was right. I did describe this correctly. We are in a pickle. So, so yeah, it's our turn. We moved that guy there. I have a hero that can't hit that flying unit, so I'm just going to go ahead and push forward to here. This tower, by the way, has no range. So I'm okay to get close. And their towers get to attack. They don't have any attack. We get to attack. We have no attack. Our turn ends. But I do, and I keep forgetting, I have 4 source. So let's see if I can build one of these anti-air towers. I need 6 source to build that. So we got to destroy something else, folks. I'm sitting on 4 right now. So it's their turn, and their flying unit is going to start wrecking us. So they move in 1, 2, and I'm going to lose the game. So that's it for them. And then we get to attack with our spires. And what I'm going to do is roll 2 dice against him. And I did my 1 damage. And then this one's going to get to roll 1 die. And I did my 1 damage. And I actually destroyed the spire, which has 1 source. So I only got 1 source out of that. And I'm 1 source short from being able to build the spire that we're talking about. So that's all I could do with those guys. And these ones over here can't do anything. So yeah, I'm done. So now they attack, and see they're attacking with 4 damage. So we drop down to 4 health on our fortress. Our fortress only does 1 damage back. And that's it. Now there was an upgrade we could have gotten called the Gate Dispatchers that deals 3 damage against adjacent units, but that would have required 8 of our points. I didn't do it, folks. It required 12 points, actually. So we lost. I mean, here, I'll show you how this plays out. So now it goes to our turn. This guy moves 1 space with his 1 health. We're gonna move, we can move 3 spaces. And so if I were to attack their fortress with this guy, I'm gonna do nothing. Or he's gonna retaliate and do an automatic 1 damage. And that 1 damage, by the way, doesn't get blocked. He's gonna get to roll 2 dice. So there's a real good chance he's gonna kill me if I move in, but I need his 3 source in order to build an anti-air tower. But right now is the time to build the anti-air tower. It's not gonna happen. So let's say I did build the anti-air tower and I put it over there. I really would have been able to hit him for 1 damage, but just 1 damage. I mean, he has a boatload of health. And that 1 damage, of course, would have been a die roll, which could have missed, like that just did. So, yeah, I lost the game. Because here's what's going to happen. It doesn't matter. I could bull rush him, and let's say I even survive the bull rush, and I can knock off one of his things. That's all the further I'm going to get this turn. And then on his turn, he's going to go. Our towers get the fire. Everybody misses because he's a flying unit. And then he's going to do 4 damage, and we drop to 0, and that means game over. He destroyed our fortress. So there you have it, folks. I lost the opening scenario. I actually thought I was doing quite decent. The thing that I failed to do is I was not prepared for the flying unit at the end. That flying unit just wrecked us. These siege units, by the way, are pretty cool. I think the upgrades we did to get those siege units was quite on point. Upgrading the Aegis minion stunk. This guy did nothing for us the whole game. So he stunk. Who can hit flying units over here? It's only somebody with a range, and he's the only guy that can hit flying units. Him, or actually the transport, this guy. So, I think I got to use my hero to block him from moving. And then just wait until all their minions are destroyed and then come forward and attack. I think that's a mistake I made. So even though your hands are tied, there's not a lot of income, there is a way to make source in this game. You can actually make quite a bit, and I showed, I think, a pretty decent strategy on how to do that. I had fun. This was a fun game. It's definitely similar to like a tower defense game you find in a computer. I do like how the heroes can do things, but not necessarily, they're not necessarily over super powered. There's a lot I like about this. I can't even what's my gripe? I wish there was a way to heal my hero between waves. Like if I can just spend some source or something to heal my hero between waves. That's the one thing I wish I could do. The fact that I have to sit there with low health and I'm stuck bothers me a bit, but this was fun. So I'm going to try it again. Per the rules, I have to replay the scenario. Now, if you would have, so in case you're not feeling like watching another playthrough of the same exact scenario, here's the thing to understand, is let's say I would have won. Let's say I would have knocked out that last tower, but not that one, okay? What you do is you get a reward for all the minaret spires, which I did. And then you would get, let's say all the air spires are defeated, because if I defeated that one, I would have gotten 2 of these, but not the final one, right? Because I never defeated their gate. So 2 of the 3 I would have gotten. So then what you do is you come back to this, and we're playing the Brahmin, and then these are advantages you can purchase. And you're only allowed to purchase them once per campaign, okay? So you can say that you gained it. It's just a check mark to indicate that you gained it. I got 2 renown, so that means I could buy the first one or the second one. So at the start of wave 1, this scenario, draw a relic. At the start of your turn, within any phase of scenario, gain 3 source. So I could have bought either of those, and then I can wait to use these. I don't have to use these the next scenario. I just use them whenever I want. I could wait until maybe a final scenario, and then have all of these and just use them all at once. So you can use more than one on a given scenario, but you're only allowed to purchase one of these now. So since this scenario ended, I'm only allowed to buy one, and I could only afford one anyways, but that's the point I'm trying to say. And you can even save the renown. That's what this whole thing here is, you know, scenario 1, I earned 2. And then you can see there's only 4 scenarios. So if you're saving up for this, you know, that might be the only one you get to use the whole game. But that is pretty cool. So anyways, that's the idea. Of course, I don't get to show you any of it because I'm a miserable loser. So, gotta reset the scenario and start over. So we'll see how well we do. You know, I did start watching several other playthroughs of this and watch those guys play. I did not check to see if any of them ever won, to see what strategy they used. In fact, I only watched enough to get through wave 1 with both of the playthroughs I watched on YouTube. And I haven't watched a rolling solo playthrough at all, even though he's the guy I usually watch the most. So from a strategy perspective, I wasn't, you know, taking anything from them. This was all me, you know, just trying to figure out the game as I go. I feel like, though, after this first playthrough, I have a much better understanding of how the strategy works for this game. I started to really like the air units. These air units have some really nice combos. I haven't figured out nice combos for us. The Aegis unit, it sounds really cool, especially if you can get him transported in a group, but he's crap by himself. And if I can get him to pop out of a transport and then just wreck a tower, that would have been great. But he popped out of the transport here and then had to walk on his own. It was just crap. So the one thing I didn't do is this seems to be my Uber unit. It's just, I don't like him. And so that means that this faction is not going to be my favorite faction. That's really what this ultimately means. Because when their best unit is not my favorite unit, then I know I'm in trouble, right? So I'm trying to win without using their best unit. And I think I need to somehow figure out how to use this guy. I mean, you can see he's got 4 damage. So that flying unit of theirs was their Uber unit that also does 4 damage. And this guy needed to somehow get to their gate so we can wreck them. I honestly don't know how to pull that off, but that's what we need to figure out how to do. All right, so thanks for watching. And as always, stay awesome.